Hindsighters, thank you for tuning in to another episode of In Depth with Ty Barnett on the Hindsight Media Radio 103.5 FM, where there's always something good to talk about. From loyalty to liberation, when betrayal bursts boldness, the firestorm begins. Oh, listeners, you're in for a treat, so lean in close because what you're about to hear isn't just an interview. It's a front row seat to this emotional explosion behind one of the most anticipated stage productions of the year. This young lady is not just devoted, and he was distracted. And Sophia, the sultry spark who never met a boundary she couldn't cross. But the real shock wasn't the betrayal, it was the rebirth. Brandi and Devontae isn't just a story, it's a reckoning. A collision of heartbreak, healing, and unapologetic truth. And trust me, the twist. It's not what you think. Today, we're joined by two forces at the center of the firestorm: the woman who rose from the ashes and rewrote the rules, Brandi, and the man who chooses to light the match, Devontae. Welcome to Hindsight Media Radio 103.5 FM. Brandi and Devontae, we are thrilled and honored and absolutely fired up to have you both here today.
Well, thank you for having us.
It's definitely,
Absolutely.
oh, sorry. It's definitely an honor. Thank you.
Absolutely. So thank you. So let's start with Brandi. Tell us when you first picked up the script, what a woman wants and what a man needs to know, and you stepped into this role. What part of your story grabbed you by the soul and refused to let go?
Well, it's definitely a script that is going to grab your attention. It's a roller coaster for sure. So it takes you on a wild ride. So there isn't like one specific thing that sticks to you because it's a firestorm, so it kind of all grabs your attention.
Sure, sure. Caleb, same with you. When you picked up the script, what came to your thought process when you read your role of Devontae?
When I read my script, definitely um it definitely threw me all over the place to see what Devontae did in the script. And like, wow, that's crazy. Oh snap, I have to portray that. I had to present that, something that I would never do in my life. So um that one was a little bit difficult to relate to, but it definitely did catch my attention. I'll definitely say that, and I'll definitely say that the play will definitely keep grasping your attention over and over with so many different perspectives and scenarios and situations and stories going on within the script and the story itself.
Good stuff. So you kind of mentioned that your character, right, is something that you would normally not embody in the real world. So to both of you, and Caleb, we'll let you start with, and then Brandi, you'll pivot off of Caleb or Devontae, I'll say. How do you get into your role of, or how do you embody such a transformation when this is not who you are on an everyday basis? And how do you prepare for that?
Oh gosh, there's not really a specific way that I do it. I kind of just spend as much time with the script and the character until I basically embody it. And somehow, some way, I always know that there's somewhere I can relate to the character as well. And the only emphasis, highlighted, underlined, only place I relate to Devontae was having that lack of quality time. So that feeling of loneliness, I guess I would say, that was where it was kind of easier for me to maneuver into actually embodying Devontae. So just finding some kind of connection, some kind of relatability within a character that I can find, and then I just let it go and let it grow from there at the same time too.
Okay. Brandi?
I mean, that's the magic of acting, right? Is to be something that you aren't necessarily in real life. But to piggyback on what Caleb said, you may not be able to relate to the behavior, but you can always find a way to relate to the emotion. So you take something from your real life that allows you to feel that emotion and you use that to fuel the character. I think acting is being, so you just have to use what is true to you to convey the character.
Absolutely, absolutely. So now there's a moment in the play that flips everything upside down, and we can't give it away. So we have to be mindful on what we share, right? So, how did it feel to deliver any twist live? How will it feel, or how do you think it'll feel delivering any twist on the stage of any of your parts, Brandy?
Well, it'll feel for me, it's fun. It's
Oh
fun
gosh.
for me just because, you get to do things that are outside of the norm, you know? Um, so for me, it's fun. I think it'll be fun for the audience as well. I can foresee people clutching their pearls and, grabbing their chest and like, oh my goodness, but I'm excited to see how the audience will respond.
Absolutely. Now, we know that Sophia Danielle is her real name, but Sophia is her character name. She's a force and she's not with us tonight, but being proactive, unapologetic, and messy boots. Brandy, what is your emotional response to her presence and how does that evolve?
Hmm. I guess my emotional response to her presence, without giving too much,
Hmm.
my feathers are ruffled, she disturbs my peace. Um, and it evolves in a way where I become unbothered by it, essentially.
Okay. Now, Devontae, with such a loose character such as Sophia, and you being, seemed rather easy to for her to come into your fold, what would your advice to be to men out there to say being a better steward of situation as such? How do you avoid such women such as Sophia, the character?
Run. But honestly, all jokes aside though, just don't be oblivious to the red flags when they're waving right in your face. Um, Pray to God when needed. Stay strong. It's not worth it, bro. It's not worth it. And I thank God that this is only in the script and not in my real life.
I love that. I love that. Now, Brandy, if you could speak directly to the women who possibly been through betrayal, what would you say to her?
Mm, I guess I would say to know your worth and to know your value, know what you bring, and have big boundaries, stand for something and don't let anybody cross those boundaries.
Okay, I love that. Now, Devontae, how did you approach a man who loses everything through one reckless decision?
How do I approach a man?
Through one reckless decision.
Um, well, I will come as a helping hand, honestly, anyway. Anyway, because coming from Devontae's perspective, yes, what he did was messed up. And yes, he was feeling what his emotions were valid, but definitely his response and his actions was not. And that's all I'm gonna say to, for spoiler
Mhm.
reasons. But even though, it may not always happen the way you wanted to, but life is always full of second chances. It may not always give you that second chance that you want, but sometimes saying goodbye is that second chance, and you're gonna have that fresh start. So you just have to do anything and everything you possibly can to not put yourself in that situation. But
Now,
whenever there's something that, if it comes down to it, that it is, you have to trust the process that in God's plan, everything that you let go of will come back to you.
I love that. Now, what do you think audiences will feel towards your character, Devontae?
Oh,
Sympathy, anger, both, or is there some other words that you have?
very all over the place. Some people are going to say, you know what, off with his head. He got what he deserved. Other people are gonna say, he was communicating over and over. He was saying what was on his mind, what was on his heart, and we all make mistakes. He just slipped up. So I don't know. I don't know. A lot of people are gonna hate me. A lot of people are gonna love me. A lot of people are going to be there and support me, and a lot of people, just thinking, well, hey, it is what it is, bro. So I just know I'm gonna get all different kinds of responses when it comes to support, when it comes to you're on your own, bro. It's just, I just I'm just excited to see what they're going to say themselves because I can just only expect the unexpected.
I love that. I love that. So, Brandy, let's pivot to you, and we're going to talk about the, let's say, your time with Orlando, right? Because this is not your only work with him. So, we're going to give it up to both Brandi and Devontae audiences, the duo that did not just redefine heartbreak, right? But from stage to screen, we've talked about the firestorm of emotions you bring to the stage, Brandi. But let's not forget that you're no stranger to the film screen either. Working with powerhouse director and writer Orlando Anderson, starting in Backstabbers 1 and 2, which is now on Tubi, right? And some other platforms. Can you tell me, those films are packed with betrayal, intensity, and jaw-dropping twists. What is it like working with Orlando Anderson, whose storytelling is known for like raw and emotion and explosive drama?
Um, I can always count on Orlando to bring the drama. Anytime that, I work with him, I know it's going to be something exciting. It's going to be something, dynamic. So, it's been wonderful working with him. I enjoy what he brings, as a writer and director, and, I'm grateful for him giving me so many opportunities within this field.
Okay, good stuff. Now, Caleb, or let's Devontae, sorry about that. Now, are you into any other film, stage plays, theater? What other works are you doing?
Outside of the stage play, I actually work. I do work in the film industry, doing stuff like behind the cameras, and I do background as well. So I've been on sets with movies and TV shows, and it's such a blessing to be there because it's a lot of fun. I'm also a body conditioning, weight loss personal trainer, and a recording artist as well, with music and soundtracks all out on streaming platforms.
All right, so I guess that's a plug for you to say that you're going to be sending some of your tracks over to Hindsight Media Radio.
Oh, absolutely. All you gotta do is just ask, and I will lovely say yes.
Well, I just did, so we'll look forward to receiving that on MP3 very soon.
Definitely. We'll talk. We'll talk.
Love that. I love that. Now, to both of you, how do you think the audience will feel after watching your storyline unfold on stage from betrayal to transformation? And I think, Devontae, you kind of answered that a little bit earlier, so I'll guess I'll pour that over to Brandy.
I think I'm gonna get the same response. I think I'm gonna get some sympathy. I foresee a lot of people taking my side, but I also foresee that some people will be like, "Nah, girl, get together." So yeah, I think it's gonna be like a mix of emotions and a mix of responses.
Okay. All right, good stuff. Now, what's one message that you hope the audience members will walk away with after seeing what a woman wants and what a man needs to know? Let's go with Brandy.
Um, I hope that the men understand that vulnerability is strength too, and that their feelings and desires in a relationship also matter. I know the saying is happy wife happy life, but happy house. So oftentimes I think men feel like what they need or what they want is kind of overlooked, but y'all matter too. So I hope they get that from that.
All right, Devontae.
I would say that it's really the little things in life that matter, and you really don't know what you got until it's gone. So you really, I would definitely want the audience and the people to get to understand that, just always remember how far you came, and always just count your blessings and not to really focus too much on the drama of life or the chaos, and just to really take time to appreciate the many blessings so God can give you the major blessings. So you're focusing on the right thing instead of focusing on the problem, and just focus on your perspective on healthy things so you don't turn to unhealthy habits. There's more things to life out there than you know.
I love that. I love that. Now, to both of you, for the listeners out there who may be interested in getting into film and to the almighty stage, what advice could you impart on them? So let's start with Devontae.
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, and go after that dream. Don't be afraid of rejection. Don't be afraid of the long process. Enjoy the process because that's where your true character is developed in the process rather than the destination. Because it's all about what you do behind camera. It's about what you do behind the curtain that really makes you as an actor and an artist. So um, don't be afraid and don't forget where you come from, and just remember the people who walk with you, because you cannot do this alone. You cannot. It's so much. It looks like you can, but you need a team. You need a team in this industry, and you even need a team in life as well. We all need each other. It takes a village. So
Awesome. Brandi?
I would say that you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So, I mean, get started. I think in this industry, sometimes you can wait for somebody to give you a shot, but if you want to work, then work, you know. I think that sometimes you can get bogged down with the thought of not being on sets with big budgets or on films that are going to be in theaters, but celebrate every win. Everything is an accomplishment, and you should be proud of every stride that you make.
I love that. And thank you both. So before we go, I would love for you guys to plug yourself if there is additional work that you are doing out there in the community and you would love to have our listeners and others, your family and friends support you and follow you all of your social media platforms or other works that you're doing. If you'll go ahead and plug yourself right now, that'll be wonderful. Brandi?
Sure. I am Angel True. That's spelled TRU on Instagram, Threads, and Facebook. And I'm also on TikTok at the only Angel True, actor, singer, and songwriter. And I am ready and available.
Love that. Devontae? Kayla?
all right, Devontae, aka Caleb John. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at official Caleb John Empire. You can find me at Caleb John also on YouTube as well for my music and my music videos. Um, Personal trainer, singer songwriter, performer, actor, and entrepreneur in the making. You can find me, and let's get to work. Let's not only make money, but let's make history as well.
I love that. So, to everyone listening, if you want to witness transformation, redemption, and a twist that'll leave you gasping, do not miss this show. The location will be at the Porter Sanford III Performing Arts Center at 3181 Rainbow Drive in Decatur, Georgia. Saturday, September 20th, 2025. Showtimes are 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. So you have the opportunity to attend one or both shows. Tickets are available on ticketleap.com. Seats are disappearing fast, and trust me, this is the kind of story you'll carry long after the curtains fall. What a woman wants and what a man needs to know, where truth burns bright, and Brandi and Devontae leads the way. Good night.